Hi. Do you know that if you're rushed to the emergency room or ER, you don't have to pay anything or cash out anything, especially if you have insurance, particularly if you have an HMO card. Nobody plans to get sick or be rushed to the hospital or meet an accident, but these things do happen. And when these things do happen and you rush to the emergency room, the question that comes to your mind is, can you afford it? Can you afford the medical bills that come along with it? HMO stands for Health Maintenance Organization. It's a very popular way of paying all your medical bills, especially in the ER and even inpatient later on if you have to be confined after going through an ER procedure. So in the emergency room, there are two things that can happen. One is they'll send you home after a treatment, or they'll say you better be confined because it's a serious treatment that has to be addressed. So those are very expensive things. Even the ER itself is also very expensive. So the question there is this something you can afford? Is this something that you have extra money that you can shell out, especially when the bills start coming in? In the worst scenario that you are confined, the thing that you'll have to remember that the expenses come in already. You talk about the room and board, you talk about the doctor's fees, and medicines and other laboratories. And this is exactly where insurance come in, because insurance will cover all of them. And that's the reason why insurance is so important to all of us. It's something that we wish we don't have to use, but it's always there, as an emergency, as a way of, just in case you get sick and you rush to the hospital or you need a medical treatment, the insurance will cover all of them. So as an example, a patient went to the emergency room and at 4 o'clock in the morning, the doctor says, I think this is an infection and we don't want you to go home because the infection might get worse and we'll have to confine you. That's at 4 o'clock in the morning. So eventually he was confined, the patient was confined, and in about 3 or 4 days, you won't be surprised, but the bills reach almost like 300,000 because the operation had to be made the following day. They were able to detect some infection which they thought was serious enough, and an operation has to be done immediately, and the operation was scheduled right away the following day. So it is a really classic example of how insurance works. And with insurance, you don't have to worry, no matter how much the bills are, do you know that there's a comfort that comes along that somebody else, the insurance company, will cover it. And that's the reason why a lot of us should get medical insurance. It's something that nobody wants to get sick, nobody wants to get rushed to the hospital, no one wants to meet an accident. But if it does, in the catastrophic way, then the insurance will cover a lot of these medical expenses, and it can run to a lot of a big kind of money. We're talking about not only 100,000, can be $500,000, can be as much as 4 million. It all depends on how severe the treatment needs. So if you need to know more about medical insurance or HMO, please contact us, because definitely that is where we can help you. We can help you with all the other options that you are available in the market. So you can choose, a plan that will meet your budget and still get you some kind of a very good coverage in case you get sick, or even rush to the hospital, especially in the emergency. Because the emergency alone, you'll be surprised, can run to several thousands right away. An emergency is just a few hours in the hospital.